All right.
But you really didn't want to stop then, did you? Jesus.
You know what it is, yeah? This thing has been recalled by the manufacturers and made manual, and it was already shockingly slow. But now the speed that this thing climbs gears is horrendous. Like, if I actually slow down, I just have to accept I'm not getting back up to 60 for a good 45 minutes.
Is it?
Bro, shocking.
Well, this is bad, isn't it?
Proper bad. Let me find somewhere. I'll pull up. Ask you a couple of questions. These might not be questions just for you, by the way, but I'm using these for you because you are my route to, well, you and the people you're involved with, and I don't really know them too well. Obviously, I know you told me like who you're a part of and stuff, but kind of my only connection into that group.
That's fine, mate. Do me a favor though, keep that sort of information kind of on the DL.
Yeah, of course, bro. You know me. I don't really be talking like that anyway.
No, I know you don't, but to the outside world, I'm just a fucking lawyer, innit?
Yeah. So, question. I would assume, you know, you ain't stupid. You've been moving with the world. You got the whole app and all of that stuff, right? When it comes down to turf, is that something that you guys are looking into? Because we got a specific turf area, obviously near Crusade, that we want to do stuff with. But judging by the banners that are up and stuff of that little scrapyard, you know, it's going to be similar areas. So I wanted to speak to you and see if A, that's something that you guys are actually even deciding to pursue, and B, if it is like where you're at with that.
But first of all, I'm assuming you mean turf more in the sense of distributing certain products.
Yeah, the one that you can actually, you know, acquire through Buckcoin, not like just turf that you would say is your, you know, you hold down.
So here's the thing that I'm trying to get my head around, because what I've been told is apparently multiple people can push out on the same turf.
I've heard the same thing, yeah.
But what no one seems to know is how that impacts. Say I've got strain, you've got strain. No one seems to know if it negatively impacts both our strains by being on that turf.
In an ideal world, I would hope it doesn't, because right now, as it stands, if that is somewhere you're like looking to pursue that avenue, there's going to be 3 of us, because it'll be myself and the boys, you, and then also the Saints who are in the old Aztecas area.
Yeah.
So it's either going to not be a problem at all, or we're all going to be overlapping and it's going to fuck each other over.
I mean, the good news is, because of who's involved there in that area, yourselves, myself, and the Saints, and the fact there's been open communication up till this point, if there ends up being some kind of issue, I foresee it being resolved with us all fucking sitting down and figuring it out.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if there was ever going to be any issues, it would only really come from the Saints side. It wouldn't come from you.
Let's also be honest. It will be physically impossible to govern a turf 24/7 when it comes to fucking what is sold where. You know what I mean? That's impossible.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is also why I'm hoping that given that people can share turfs, it doesn't fuck each other's strains up, because realistically, if I was to wake up in fucking 4 hours, you ain't awake. You know what I'm saying? So you'd wake up every day going, hang on, what's happened to my strain? You have no idea who's doing it.
Hey man.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's like, until we know that information, it's techie.
Weekend,
but I wanted to, because that's probably going to be something that, like, getting turf is looking like that's going to be something that's going to happen either this evening or tomorrow morning early. So I just wanted to come speak to you first.
Let me sanity check it.
All right, talk to you later, man.
With a few people. Personally, I can't see it being a problem. Let me double check. Minute I know, you'll know, then we can crack on.
The thing is, I feel like I don't know, given the past with the Saints, like, obviously we've forgotten about a lot and everything's squashed, but if anyone is to try and hold down an area in an aggressive format, it would be them. So we'll see how that goes. But also, the world's fucking different, bro. People are running around with machetes. Like,
I have to say,
we thrive in that kind of scenario.
I'm about to say, I know they were a bit fucking on it when it comes to fucking, you know, long range, but 6-on-6 with fucking knives and wrenches, mate. I mean, that could go any direction, anytime.
There's a dice roll at that point, isn't it?
it's literally gambling, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that person happens to fucking pull that blade just a second before you do, that's it. You know what I mean? Whereas,
Well,
take two, other way around.
I have information on, I don't know if you've had a look, but the top 2 strains right now is Scooby Dooby and Zaza.
Yeah,
And
we know who those are.
And I know that Zaza is the company's, and I know that Scooby Doo is Speedy. And I also know that they're at war. And I also know that Zaza was 49% last tsunami, and now it's 47%.
Are they pushing on the same fucking turf or what?
Well, Zaza's gone down by 2%.
Here's what I'm also wondering. Say you're pushing on a turf, and then you stop pushing for a few days. If you're not actively pushing, is that what causes it to drop down?
So from what I'm aware is it's like it's hands-on if you want it to be, but you can also just go there, hand off your stuff to a guy, and he will get it pushed in that area. But obviously that guy can be robbed. But you can then hire someone for a amount of $1 a week, I'm sure you know this, that can push for you, and they come with benefits. You know, some might have a gun, but he might be a bit more likely to switch sides for the right price. You know, like, I think it's a bit more how, you know how locals used to be, where, you know, you could go chat to them, you give them stuff, they'll move it for you.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see if it's like, because how would that, logically, right? If someone shared turf, how could you have 2 locals in the same turf moving different strains? Unless one local pushes one strain up and the other one down. But if that is the case, then we're going to have a bit of a freeway fuckery.
And that's why, really, we won't know how any of this works until there's been, like, weeks of fucking experimentation.
Yep.
And I can't imagine fucking we're going to get the company or fucking Lang & Co., you know, come and clear with their impressions of what it is that is getting rep up and down.
No, them groups are the 2 most stum out of everyone. Like, I'll be honest, like, after the whole 5-year gap, I kind of just made the thing like, I'm coming into this city, I'm coming back. I was always cool with you. Everything I know, you know, is kind of my, you know, if it's my business, it's your business. If it involves other people, you know, I'm not going to be talking because I can't speak for them.
Yeah, I'm the same way, mate, which is why if I do anything new, if you want around, it's fucking molding I'm talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's hard to know.
Reference something you asked me to try and source you a while ago. Did you hear about what went down yesterday at G6?
Yes. Apparently Alexander's already got one, right?
Yeah, I tried to look the guy up on the government records before the storm, but the entire record database was corrupted, so I couldn't fucking do anything.
As far as I'm aware, he's voted CEO by the employees.
That's not a thing.
But that's what I was thinking. Like, how do you get voted a CEO?
Don't, but equally, I've been working G6 since day 1. There's been no vote.
Really? So
Yeah.
how did he? So who the fuck? Like, who was above him to say, "Here you go, mate. Here's a piece. Go protect yourself."
Yeah, but let's be honest though, right? You ask most people, oh, who runs Junior Buns? Oh, Speedy does. Does he actually? No.
No, he just walked in and said he owns it.
Right. So that's the thing. There's a bit of a recurring theme with certain things. Very early on, someone confidently said, right, I'm manager, I'm director. And everyone just went, oh, okay, fair enough. You know what I mean? He doesn't fucking run G6.
So then where's that message even come from then of people getting provided straps?
Fucked if I know. Fucked if I... That's why I want to dig into who is this guy. Because if I go down, if the fucking government database is up and running again, if I go down there and search the guy's fucking name and it comes up with anything other than CEO of G6, he's fucking talking out his arsehole, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's not. It's, you know, employment is not. Once upon a time, we could go City Hall, look at everywhere you're employed. Right now, I don't think I've seen anyone around the city that's actually like a listed employee of a business.
Yeah, but it's different though, isn't it? Because at the moment, it's essentially everyone's kind of like a temp worker, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whereas back in the day, if it was a business, everything was run different. Like nothing was state owned. All the businesses right now essentially are run by the state.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see then. Given your answer to the questions I had, it's gonna be a situation of we're just gonna have to grab turf. If you end up doing the same, Saints are obviously gonna do the same. That's pretty clear. We'll see how it goes and see what happens. If it pushes up, pushes down, all of that stuff.
Yeah, at the moment, I think it's too early doors, mate. And people don't know how it works.
I mean, I went and spoke to Saints. I just literally went round there just to like fucking... just to see what was going on, and it was like drawing blood out of a stone. So I think their stance is already pretty solidified.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty fucking chill with us. So I don't know if that's them just being difficult because it's you or what it is.
It wasn't difficult. It just like it seemed like
if
5
you're
years
saying
wasn't long enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's been difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you walk away feeling like you're talking to a brick wall, then that's someone being difficult.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. No, if they have to pick a side to try and clash with, it would be us. I'll tell you that now.
When you say us, are you guys like you formed a crew now?
Well, this is the thing, right? So with this, as it stands currently, no crew.
Why?
Well, there hasn't been a reason. I want to do it, but I don't want to rush into it because I've been enjoying how things are at the moment. But
you don't want to rush, mate. It's been like
with this
2 months, mate.
Yeah, but bro, I was in a group for 2 years, bro.
Yeah, but it's been 5 years.
I know, but that weren't long enough to get away from these, man. Bro, listen, yeah, like the thing
then
is,
why are you running with the same fucking people again?
Well, no, I'm
penis?
not. That's the whole thing. I'm not running with the same people again. Like there'll be a handful of the same people, but a lot of new faces. But the reason why there's nothing started yet is because there's been no reason. Right? When we was moving and progressing without that. But if this turf stuff draws us to that conclusion, then 100% it will be a group.
So who are you looking to bring in? Like,
Out of the old boys, Moldin, Matt. Oh my god.
It's a long list, mate.
Hang on.
God.
No, I was gonna keep going, but
Were you? All right.
give me 2 more minutes. Sorry. Both times I was to speak to you, Patar. I've been in separate meetings.
No worries. Peace.
Sorry. James, Matt, definitely. Steve's been putting a shift in. Els has been putting a shift in. 100% transparency. I'm manifesting it. I will poach Shanquan from the Ballers. The Ballers aren't around that often. He is a very valuable asset. I would love to say Jay, but Jay is currently not around very frequently. But if he was around more, 100%. Terry, I also definitely would have my eyes on. He's on job. He's a good lad. We've been friends for a while. Never been really doing stuff with him before.
Is that ex-Seaside Terry?
Yeah.
No, he's good, mate. I like him.
Yeah. It would be probably...
What about Ty?
50-50. A lot of the boys are like hesitant with him.
Why is that? I mean, he seems solid to me, but I don't spend as much time around him as you do.
Yeah, we'll see.
Fair.
We'll see. The thing is, a lot of it comes down to as well, right? Like, as much as it can... The thing is with a lot of the older faces, there's a lot of people who are very committed and are around a lot, and there's a lot of people who aren't around a lot, and sometimes it'll be a case of, hard to wake up, but there is people who are in the same situation who make it work and put in a graft. Like Els is up every day here grafting, that's the type of people that I want to do stuff with. And also new faces, because if it's just the same people, right, everyone's gonna get complacent again. But when you got new people who are hungry and have never done this shit before, it motivates, right? So I want to have a decent balance of both sides.
Yeah, I think old and new is going to be key. Otherwise, it's just fucking 2.0 shit.
And I want a lot of personalities, man. Like, I want to make sure it's like comes down to who's spending time with us and like stuff like that. But there is not anyone that I would ever be like immediately shied away from, Like, even fucking like, whatchamacallit? Like doing something with Gigi. Like, she just fucking split the Italians are disbanded. They are no more.
What do you mean she split? What, she split the Italians up, or the Italians?
No, the Italians just packed it all in. You're gonna love this one. Now, this is some
Yeah,
tea,
go on
but you
then.
can't.
Make my day.
You can't be taking this nowhere. I know you. I don't even need to say that, but this one's a Sturm thing because there's only one place this would have come from, and it's me. So, yeah, the Italians split, right?
Okay.
And completely
Why?
folded, disbanded. Didn't Luciano left to do his thing, and Vito just didn't love it. Crumbled, right? It all bought into a 250 grand house in Mirror Park. All the Italians. Some people paid 10k, some
Wait,
people paid 40s.
250. There's no way they got a house in Mirror Park for 250.
Well, it must have been more than that then. I don't know how much it
Mirror Park
was.
houses are 450 and up.
Oh, well, there you go then. Yeah, so they've bought into a Mirror Park house, right? Some people paid 10k, some people paid 40, right?
All right.
So
Jesus.
it was already like, when she told me that, I was like, oh, so it wasn't equal. Like, it was some people would pay more, some people would pay less. Then what's happened is, they disbanded. Eve, Carlo, and somebody else, I can't remember, has sold the house without telling anyone and pocketed the money.
Pocketed the money? Fuck. So they folded and then they just went out and started fucking snaking each other. Jesus.
Yeah.
Mate, this wasn't on my fucking bingo card. I thought they were safe as houses, that lot. I mean, there's always a load of them around.
Well, that's what I was a bit surprised at, is like, oh, but then Gigi did say, obviously, Eve is Luciano's wife, and Luciano is kind of left all loyalty to the Italians behind. But I said to Gigi, let's be real, like, this is no disrespect to any of the other Italians. It always felt a bit like Luciano and Co. And then Luciano wasn't there no more, so it was just Co.
Yeah, I'll be real. I don't know any of their names other than Luciano and Vito.
Yeah, it was like the
Gigi,
poster
I mean,
people, and
obviously.
then that was kind of it, you know. But that was the thing. Gigi was a personality that stood out, and she wasn't seen with them that much. You know what I mean? Like, they almost didn't really care to have her around.
Yeah. I mean, it was like that a little bit 5 years ago, but then when we all came back, day one, she always seemed to be just doing her own thing. I guess the Italians aren't taking Vespucci then.
Was that their plan?
I mean, I don't know if it was their plan or not, but I mean, they were fucking congregating there every fucking day. So, and they were pressing people. Like, I went down there just to go down the pier and have a little thought to myself. Within 30 seconds of getting out my car, fucking car 6 deep pulls up behind me. What are you doing here? What are you doing? I was like, none of your fucking business while I'm doing it.
I hate that shit. I like that
Yeah,
shit if I'm in the
I'll-
south side, but I hate that shit when it's elsewhere.
Mate, I was on the fucking pier where the roller coaster is. It's like, mate, what do you mean? What am I doing? I could be going to the fun fair. I could be going to a restaurant. I could be on a date. Like, what's it to do with you?
Yeah, you can't be applying criminal concepts to a fucking amusement park, really, can you?
No, it's a bit mental. Mate, when they pulled up, I was like, this is probably just a coincidence. Then when the first question was, what are you doing here? I was like, no way. No way.
Yeah, it's a fucking...
Apparently, I wasn't the only person to get fucking pressed when they went anywhere near that area. So
Weird you say that. Every time I've had a conversation with Gigi, she's driven me to that pier. maybe that was...
Maybe they see her and they're like, oh, it's just Gigi. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, interesting stuff though. I mean, yeah, it's all going on, mate. Interesting times to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to make a prediction on it, I would say what's likely going to happen if Luciano is... Well, Luciano's with Lang. I mean, fucking the guys nearly ran you over earlier. What will happen is...
Vito
money,
will join him.
Vito
100%.
goes there, and then any impressive outliers from those left will
Also
probably
do the
end up
same,
going
yeah.
that way as well. And then the chaff will just get...
Filtered throughout the city, 100%.
Yeah, they'll go. I mean, some of them will probably just become fucking civs, and the rest will fucking...
Gigi
just
called
join
the same thing. She said there's a guy called Carlo. Apparently, Carlo is like his whole thing was just being Luciano's shadow. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to get up there also.
Yeah, that's what will happen, mate. They'll go Lang's way, or they'll just vanish.
Well, we know that I know for sure that Speedy and Lang's people is pushing in the Cyprus area, so they're well out of the way.
What the fuck even is there? I don't even know where that is.
It is like by Grime, like the industrial area.
Oh! Oh shit, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair. Cyprus. Where the fuck is that road? Oh. Looking at where Grime is. I see where Grime is, down Buccaneer Way.
Cyprus isn't actually a road. It's like the building there has got Cyprus written on it.
Oh, okay. I was looking for a road called Cyprus. I've never heard of that road.
It's like
before.
Hangaway, South Shambles Street, like all down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the old industrial sector.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
BSK
okay, I
used
know
to
what
hold
it
it down heavy for their
That's
meth
the
operation.
one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Are you safe?
I'm bored, mate.